What's up, you guys? I am back, y'all. I am back. Y'all listen. I am just trying to test StreamYard out. That's what I'm trying to do here. I make the voiceover videos and it works for me because of my schedule and how I work, but I want to interact with y'all some more and maybe if I can get StreamYard working properly. Well, if I can get it working the way it should be working and get everything intact here, then I can start going live on StreamYard and we can start really interacting with each other and getting to know one another a little bit more. And I can also open up a panel. We can start doing Q&As and stuff like that. That's my goal here, to start doing stuff like that. Y'all, I've been on YouTube for a while to not be really interacting with my supporters. I have some day one supporters that look forward to me creating content, and I just find that there's a better way to do it. StreamYard isn't easy, y'all. It seemed like it was easy. I watch everybody else do it, and I'm just like, it can't be that hard. But it's a bunch of steps you have to take to get it working properly. So right now, I'm just kind of like running tests and see how it'll work out, how it'll play out. Just see how it's gonna go. But y'all, it's crazy. How it actually works. And you have to go like different levels of StreamYard, right? You start off in the testing department to see if you like it, and then you can upgrade it. That way you can have different perks by upgrading it. So that's what I plan to do. I'm going to start off using this one, and then I'm going to upgrade it as I learn how to add people to the panel, how to drop my link, people to come up and talk and stuff like that. So, and I really didn't want to bother anybody to help me do this. So I kind of looked at like a tutorial on it, and then I went from there. So that's basically what I will be doing, you guys. And I want to answer some questions that I've been getting, the emails. People always talking to me about narcissists. People are still in the Discord. People are still going through things. So it's a lot of that too that I want to start getting into, start answering people's questions about that Discord, which is something a lot of people are going to have to realize that's going to come no matter what. You're going to have to face the Discord if you stick around and deal with that narcissist. And I'm noticing that people are still asking me that question. Listen, if you deal with a narcissist, no matter which way, shape, or form, you're going to have to face the Discord. It's coming no matter what you do or how you do it. You're still going to have to face the Discord. And people still have questions about that. And that's the thing that's the very thing that I want to get into, is talking about the Discord, how you're going to have to face it. There's nothing that you can do about it if you choose to deal with the narcissist. And how it's a shock out of nowhere when that happens, because you're not expecting it. You see their behavior's all off. You can't catch on to what's actually going on. You don't know why they're behaving like this. You know something's coming, but you just don't know what. Right? And when you're agreeing to what's actually happening, you don't know that you don't know that they're getting ready to throw you to the wolves and just leave you caught up and take off like you never existed. You're not expecting that. But that's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly what they're planning on doing. And unfortunately, like I said, I still have people still asking me almost 2 years later, why? Because it's what they do. That's why. Narcissists have to feel like they're always one step ahead, or shall I say 10 steps ahead of you. They have to win. They have to feel like they're winning. See, they think that everybody behaves the same way that they do. So they walk around with this one-up attitude. They have to always have one over on you, or have to always be doing something behind your back that you don't know about. And that's the thing. And so they do this because they think that everybody is just like them. This is how they feel. They feel that people are just like them. And that's why they do that. This is why they discard people. They have to always have something new, something always waiting. And that's why it kind of gets to when people say that sometimes they feel like they feel sorry for the narcissist because a lot of times they don't know what they're doing. Y'all, I can't stress this enough. They know exactly what they're doing. This is why it's so easy for them to move on once they discard you. You think they don't know what they're doing? You think that this wasn't planned? Of course it was. Absolutely, it was planned. They knew exactly what they were doing. And they also knew when they laid eyes on you that they were going to do it to you as well. I try to tell people this all the time. They knew exactly what they were doing. The games that they play is not normal, y'all. The things that narcissists do isn't normal. Nothing that they do is actually normal. Nothing that they do is normal. The things that they say, their behavior, nothing that they do is normal. When I get some of these emails, y'all, and I read what people ask me, well, Yolanda, why would they do this? Or why would they just discard me or just leave me without saying? No, that's the plan. The plan is to leave you broken so that you can't move on. Y'all, and a lot of times, this happens to a lot of people. They're so heartbroken that this happened to them. They're so hurt that they went through this, that they have a very, very, very hard time moving on. People stay stagnant. Some people don't move on. I get this a lot too. They don't ever want to love again. They don't want anybody else anymore. They don't want to be in any other relationships. Y'all, I get that a lot too. People are just so hurt that they can't move on. They can't go on. They can't believe that somebody actually done this to them. And the first thing they say is they don't want to love anybody else. They don't want to be in any more relationships. They'd rather be alone. I can tell you one thing, being alone is better than being with a narcissist. And then you think that they're going to move on, right? And actually change and do better for somebody else. Now they're giving them the same treatment that they gave you. They don't change. Exactly what they gave you is what they're giving somebody else. They're doing this exact same thing to somebody else. Narcissists don't know how to change. They don't know how to fix anything about themselves. You find yourself fixing everything about you, but they don't do any of this. What they do is move on to somebody who's green, who doesn't know who they are, and they're going to do this exact same thing to this person, maybe even worse. A lot of times it's worse because the next person doesn't even know who they are, have no idea who this person actually is. The number one question people always ask themselves once the relationship with a narcissist is over is, why me? Why did this happen to me? What did I do wrong? Y'all, they're very skilled at what they do. When you've been living like this your whole entire life, you're pretty skilled at it. They're skilled at being evil. Very. They're skilled at mistreating people. They're skilled at lying to everybody that they come across. They're skilled schemers. That's what they are. Nobody gets a pass. So when people ask me, why me? Why did they choose me? What was wrong with, nothing was wrong with you. Everything was right about you. That's exactly why they chose you. No, narcissists don't have a conscience. They just don't. And if you're going to try to make sense of it, I promise you're going to wear yourself out. If you're going to try to make sense of the things that narcissists do, you are going to wear yourself out. Trying to make sense of the things that they do. Trying to make sense of a narcissist's behavior is draining. It's going to drain you. You're not going to understand it. You're not going to get it. You're not going to know why they did what they did. Just telling y'all, listen, when you start trying to figure it out, it's draining. You're going to wear yourself out trying to figure out why they do what they do. When I first encountered a narcissist, I was like, this can't be real. There's no way that this could be real. This cannot be real. But it is. It's very real. It's very real, y'all. And a lot of times, one of the biggest things, the hardest thing you have to deal with is putting yourself back together. Once it's over, once you've gotten out of the fall, it's getting yourself back together, putting your life back together. Wondering where to begin, how to fix the mess that they've made. I tell people all the time, they do this time and time and time and time again. And they do this with everyone that they come across. We're going to dive deeper into why people feel like narcissists change for people that they go and be with. Why, when they get away from you, you feel like they go change for somebody else. Or why you feel like they're treating somebody better than what they treated you. Or how they're staying with this person much longer than what they stayed with you. How is it that the relationship they've gotten themselves into is lasting, right? How are people being able to stay with a narcissist for as long as they're staying with them versus the time they had with you? And I don't know why people compare themselves to other people who stay with a narcissist. It only means that they're green and they don't know. They don't know. You knew you actually was able to get out. You figured it out and you got away. This other person has to do the same exact thing. Everybody does. I'm glad to hear that, Half Moon. I'm really glad to hear that. 3 years free, single and happy. Hey, that's the way that, listen, it feels good once you get away. You don't know until you actually get away. Like, you don't know. When you're in it, you feel like you're stuck, like you can't leave them, like you can't go anywhere. You have all these mixed feelings going on. You don't know which way to turn. But when you really get out of it and you get away from them, everything changes. It's like now you can finally see what you was dealing with. I'm so glad to know that you're free. It feels good to be free, doesn't it? I'm telling you. You feel like everything, a big weight is lifted off you. You don't want to hear from them. You don't want to see them. You don't want to know how they're doing. I get baffled when I find out people actually want to know where the narcissist is, what they're doing, who they're with, how long they're staying with this new person. I'm like, okay, in the beginning stages, I get it. You're still trying to figure things out, right? You're still kind of watching the narcissist. You're still kind of caught up in it, right? You still want to know stuff. Once you're away for a while, I don't know why we would be asking questions about how they're still with this other person. Because as long as you're watching the narcissist, they're going to give you a show. This is why I don't get why people watch them. Don't watch them. There's nothing to watch. Whatever they gave you is what they're giving the next person, what they're going to give the next person, and the next. They don't change. They don't change. And that's why I didn't go live on YouTube for a very long time. This is why I did pre-recorded videos and I didn't go live on YouTube. Listen, when I said I didn't want to give the narcissist no supply, I didn't want to give the narcissist no supply. I didn't want them seeing my face. Don't look me up. Don't try to find me. Nothing. This is why I did what I did for so long. Just creating videos, doing voiceover videos, pre-recording them, and then uploading them. I did not want to be live on YouTube. I didn't want to give the narcissist nothing of my face, nothing. Just nothing. Just stay away. Just don't look for me because, they never stop trying to find out what you have going on in your life. They never leave you alone. They never actually go away. No matter how quiet the background gets, they never actually leave you alone. They never actually go away. Especially if you were somebody who got away from them and you figured out who they were and you got away, they're always somewhere plotting as if you give a damn. That's the part that gets to me. They're always plotting as if you actually care. And that's the thing I don't get about them. Just go away. It's over. I figured you out. I got out. Get somebody else to do it. Like, they never actually really leave you alone and just go away. Like it's nothing. It's done. It's over. Get somebody else to do it. Because some people love playing around with narcissists. Some people know exactly what they are and will stay in relationships with them. That's the thing. I don't get that. I don't. I can't find out you're doing all this evil stuff and you're trying to take me out in the process. And I'm going to stick around for it, right? This is what some people do, y'all. They stick around for this mess. They don't get tired. And that's the thing that I don't get. I don't get it. I don't. But I have some things that I want to come on here and talk about. You know, a lot of questions that I want to answer from people that have been just sending me like DMs, but I've been working so much, I haven't had time to really sit down and really answer a lot of them. But a lot of people want to talk about, you know, how they're supposed to just heal. And if you're doing it right, you can heal. I run across a lot of people who feel like they're just not healing. And that's not the case. If you're doing it right, you can definitely heal. It's not hard to heal at all. It's not. It's really not. If you're doing it right and you got yourself away from the narcissist, you can heal. Yeah, that's a lot of what I think too. I think a lot of the people that hang out and still stay in relationships with narcissists, I feel like they're narcissists too. But you know what I found out here recently? A lot of narcissists, they protect each other. I never really looked at it like that before. I never seen narcs protect other narcissists. I thought that when they got into romantic relationships together, they couldn't really make it being together because they bump heads so much because they both crave the same type of attention, right? But I found out here lately, right? As long as I've been talking about narcissists, I found out here lately that they protect that they actually protect each other. That's the sickest thing to me. They protect each other's behaviors. They lie for each other. They really cover each other in their abuse. And I found this out lately. And I'm like, okay, I knew that they couldn't be in a relationship together because I've seen two narcs together before, right? And they can't be in a relationship together. They bump heads so bad because they both want the same stuff. But they'll stick it out a little bit longer, right? To see which one of them can beat each other out. I've seen that happen. But I've never seen it where they all stick together like outside of a relationship. I say, wow, this is a lot. I see it in the workplace a lot. When narcissists actually do the most evilest deeds and cover for one another. They hang on to each other and they cover for one another. And I'm just like, this is what's really going on. This is why it's spreading like wildfire. This is why people are just letting it slide under the radar. The company is being ran by narcissists. They're all over the job. They've got the highest positions. They make the most money. They talk the most trash to you. They will mistreat you because they're over you because the job has given them this type of recognition. Now, mind you, they don't have any credentials now. They don't have any kind of brain to run the position that they're in. But it's the evil that they do when they all stick together. So they one up each other. They keep each other afloat. And that's sad. It's really sad. It's sad to watch. It's sad to watch. But I'm just noticing here lately that they take care of each other. They really cover for each other. And I don't understand why they do that. Because it comes crashing down from in the end. And then they have a big falling out. They all get into it. But yeah, they cover for each other really bad. It's sad. It's really sad to watch. It is. And I feel bad for people who have kids. I always say this. For people who have children with narcissists, who have to share their young children with narcissists, my heart goes out to people like that. If you have to share anything with a narcissist, but sharing children with them, I heard is not good at all. I know some people who have kids with narcissists who are just, the kids are almost grown and they're still stuck. They're still stuck. So I always wondered how they make it this far, how to get through with it. But if you got kids with a narcissist, if y'all own property together, own a house together, even a car together, just have anything with them in the midst of it. Just, you have something with them. Because they're never happy. They're never happy with anything. When I saw the narcissist, y'all, this is a lot. The narcissist was jealous of my dog. I said, how? How are you jealous of a dog? I was trying to make it make sense. Like, what is it about the dog that you're upset about? Because you spend so much time with me? Because I give the dog attention? Is it? I thought that was normal. The narcissist was jealous of the dog. I'm like, how are you jealous of animals? It's like nothing makes them happy. Nothing makes them happy. Yo, that's sad. That's the sad existence. Nothing makes them happy? Absolutely nothing? You're not happy about anything? It's a sad existence. I think it's really sad, and I don't understand it at all. I don't get it. I don't get anything about their life. Someone asked me earlier today, Yolanda, where do they come from? Where I told her, listen, I'm gonna be honest. The pits of hell is what I think. Where else could they be? I mean, it's a sad existence. And if you notice, nothing that they ever say makes sense. You could ask them something, they don't have a direct answer. They beat around the bush for everything. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't even know half the time what's wrong with them, why they feel how they feel. They don't even have an answer for the things that they do, why they do what they do. All they know is they don't want you or whoever they're around to elevate. People who are jealous of you, right? They usually want you to do better, do okay, but not better than them. The narcissist doesn't want you to do good at all, at anything. At anything. It's like everything with them is beyond. They don't want to see you do good. They don't want to smile on your face. They don't want you to elevate in any way, shape, or form. They don't want you with friends, no family. They don't want you to like anything. You can't go anywhere with them. Anything that your attention is focused on that's more than them is a problem. It's your birthday, but they're mad. This is why I always say, make it make sense. Nothing about these individuals makes sense. It's my birthday and you're upset. What control do I have over it being my birthday? Anything that puts the spotlight on you and not them is a problem. Things that you have no control over. Nothing about these individuals makes sense. Even if you wanted to, it doesn't make sense. And then you try to sit down and put together why you feel so bad, why you're always upset, why you're always hurting. If you think about it, half the things that you're upset and that you're hurting over, you have no control over it. You have no control over it being Christmas and somebody giving you a Christmas gift. And the narcissist is upset about this. You have no control over it being your birthday. You have no control over half the things that the narcissist is upset with you about. All you know is the attention is not on the narcissist, and it takes a lot of people a lot of time to figure this out. When I got a promotion on my job, I saw the narcissist was upset about this. I was like, okay, I worked there. I worked hard to get this promotion, right? I did everything possible to get to the spot that I'm in, okay? I worked my ass off, okay? I come home and I tell you and you're mad at me about that. I'm excited. I'm still green. I don't know this person is a narcissist. I just want you to know I got a promotion on my job and I'm excited about that. I want to tell you about it. I'm excited. And you're angry. Y'all listen. You can't make any of this stuff up. None of it actually makes any sense at all. Someone told me the other day, you guys listen, why is it that we have to share a space with them? Why do they have to coexist with us? I said, now there are some things that we have no control over, and that's one of them. Because I believe if we had control over who we coexist with, they wouldn't be here. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And this is why I want to start doing Q&As and run a panel and open up my panel so people can start coming up with me and we can talk and people can discuss their experiences and what they've been through. I think it's time that we do that. Because there's a lot of people who've been with narcissists who has a story to tell. And they want a safe space to be able to do that. And that's what we're going to start doing on my channel. We're going to start opening up the panel and talking and giving people a safe space to be able to discuss the things that they went through with a narcissist. A lot of people, like myself, just glad that I'm still breathing, y'all. I was poisoned 3 times by the narcissist and didn't even know it. So people like myself, I'm glad to still be breathing. I was poisoned 3 different times on 3 separate occasions. Thank God I was saved, because guess what? I didn't even know that I was being poisoned. So some of us are just glad to still be here. It's sad that the length that they will go through to get rid of you. Now check this out. Watch this. They don't want you, right? They don't want anybody else to have you. They don't want to do what's right to keep you around. They just want to misuse, abuse you, treat you like trash. And then when you figure it out and you're on your way out, they want to take you out. This is why I keep saying it doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. You're right. They are very, very sneaky. Very, very, very sneaky. So sneaky, I was being poisoned and didn't even know it. And you know what the narcissist was doing while I was being poisoned? Are you okay? Maybe it was something that you ate. Are you all right? Should we go to the hospital? I just want to make sure that you're okay. Y'all, I thought I was being food poisoned. No, I was being poisoned by the narcissist. But this only happened once I figured it out. This is why you can't tell them or can't let them find out that you're getting away from them. Because that's where I went wrong. I started saying it. I got to get away from you. I have to get away from you. There's something about you that just is not right. And I have to get away from you. Y'all, when I started saying that, things just started happening, okay? Things just started happening. I'm not knowing, I can't tell somebody, we can't come to a mutual agreement that we're going to go our separate ways, that this thing that wherever we're in is not working out anymore. I'm going to go my way, you're going to go your way, and we're going to end this right here. I'm not knowing that you can't tell this to someone who's a narcissist. Y'all, before I met a narcissist, I didn't even know what that was. I thought there were these people who just love to look at themselves, who were self-absorbed and loved the mirror and were just conceited as ever. The rabbit hole got a lot deeper than what I thought. I never knew that this is what narcissism really was. I never knew how evil this really was. I never understood it until I actually dealt with one, lived in a house with one. Listen, to be living in a house with somebody and they're poisoning you, poisoning your food, poisoning your drinks, doing things to you that you do not see. That's diabolical. That's the level of evil that they will go to take you out. It's unbelievable. And this is why I say, I pray for anybody who's still dealing with a narcissist. I know some people say they can't. I got a lot of DMs about this too. Yolanda, I can't just leave. I can't just get out. It's hard. I haven't been able to walk away. I don't have the funds to do that. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I know it's hard. I know it's not easy. It wasn't easy for me. But when you find out the level of evil they will go to, trust me, you'll make a way. If you only knew how far they would go to get rid of you, you'd make a way. You have to make a way. You have to get away from them. You have to. And they're growing too, y'all. They're growing. They're growing. There's a lot more of them that's coming up every day, y'all. They're growing. And I hate to even know that they're raising children. Like I hate to know that. I don't, that they're raising kids, that they're actually instilling this behavior in children. I'm getting a lot of that too. I'm hearing a lot about that as well. I always tell people, be careful. Be careful. Watch the people you surround yourself with. Watch the people you deal with. Watch the people that you hang out with. Watch the people that you let in your life, in your house, in your circle. Because it's getting worse. They're getting worse. I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all a little bit. Try out this Streamyard, see how it's working. And I don't know, I'm going to see how. It's a fun video called How to Spot a Borderline from a Mile Away. Wow. Yeah, you know, narcissists and borderlines, I think I found a slight difference, but pretty much the same. But I think I found a slight difference. And I just found out really about borderline maybe not that long ago, but narcissists and people who are borderline have a slight difference. What I don't like about them is, what I don't like about the two diagnoses, what I can't stand about it, with these individuals is how they will say, oh, I have BPD or I have NPD. And they'll say that, right? As if they know about it, right? And then they expect you to excuse the behavior because they told you about it already. They'll do, because I know somebody who was telling me about this, and I've been through the same thing before, right? What they'll do is they'll explain to you they have this condition, or I have NPD, or I have BPD, or I was diagnosed about it, some years ago, or I just found that I had it, right? And they'll use that as leverage, right? So when you have these things that they start doing to you, or they start cutting up in a certain way, they can always remind you that they told you that they had this disorder. And this is why I keep them away from me. That's what I don't like about it. Because they'll use what they told you about them being borderline or them being narcissistic, right? For you to be able to excuse the things that they're going to do to you. Not realize the things that they're doing to you is actually detrimental to your health. See, they don't care what they do to you or how they treat you or what happens to you once they do it to you. Because it's not being done to them. But I can tell you one thing. They can dish it, but they definitely can't take it. Oh, they'll dish it out. That's not a problem. But they can't take it. And that's the thing. They'll do the absolute things to you that they don't want done to them. They would die if these things were being done to them. But they'll do it to you with no problem. And that's the thing that I just don't get about them. I don't get that about them. This is why I work overtime to make sure I stay to myself and I keep certain individuals away from me. And once you find out about narcissism, you can spot it a mile away. You're able to spot these individuals, know what to look for, and keep them away from you. Because they're everywhere. I'm just saying. But what I'm going to do is get up off of here. I just want to get on here and talk a little bit and just try out the Streamyard. I want to add an intro and an outro so I can start getting on here and we can start talking and just like discussing this because it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. It really is. And I have to start picking a good time to start getting on here when some of my actual supporters are actually on here. And or I'll just go onto my community wall and post and let them know that I'm going to start going live. And I'm going to try to go live at least once a day. At least once or twice a day, at least. We can start getting some videos and start talking. And I did that they are different levels. And that there are narcissistic traces because these doctors, I only respect people like you who have lived it like me. Yeah. And that's another thing too, Half Moon. You know what? I don't like how doctors give them a pass and talk about his different levels on the spectrum. Oh, they have these traits or it's a certain level. That maybe they do this, but they don't do that. Or they do this, but not that. And the doctors give them a pass by saying it's a disorder. It's not a disorder to choose to treat people like trash. It's not a disorder to know what you're doing and still choose to do it anyway. That's not a disorder. And when you lived in a house, when you've been in a relationship, when you've been raised by narcissists, when your siblings are narcissists, when they're all up and through your family, right? or you've been raised by narcissists, and you find this out later on in life, what you thought was love was actually abuse. Or you've lived in a house with somebody who's deliberately tried to take you out, and doctors are giving them diagnosis. Oh, they're narcissists. Oh, they can't fix it. It can't be fixed. It can't change. This is what it is. Oh, they were neglected, and this happened to them as a child, and they didn't get the proper care, or they got the proper care and somebody overdid it and let them did this and allowed them to do that. I don't want to hear any of that. Until you actually dealt with this hands on to see how evil this actually is, you're not going to give them a pass. I don't give them a pass. I don't go around trying to get back at narcissists. I don't go around trying to do things to them from what I've been through. When I run into other narcissists, it may not be the ones that I've dealt with, but when I run into other narcissists, I don't just do stuff because of what I've been through. I don't start treating them any kind of way because of what I've been through. What I do is I get away from them. Once I find out, I get away from them. And I don't go back. I work around a lot of narcissists. And as long as they know that I know who they are, that's all that matters to me. I don't go around because I know I've dealt with narcissism or people who were narcissists who've done me all types of things. I don't go trying to get them back. They made a choice to do what they do. And they make the everyday choice to get up and still do what they do. Because guess what? If it's not you, it's going to be somebody else. And when you're not around, they're doing it to somebody else. They don't care. And this is why I say doctors make it so much worse. Because to me, it's like they're giving them a pass to continue doing what they're doing to people. And that doesn't help at all. It doesn't stop it. It makes it spread like wildfire. That's what it does. And this is why they continue on doing what they do. Oh, they can't change it. Oh, they've been like this their whole life. Oh, this happened to them as a kid. Or that happened to them as a kid. I don't want to hear any of that. That don't change the fact that they're out here moving how they're moving and doing what they're doing. Listen, no excuse is good enough for me. None. No excuse is good enough. No excuse is good enough for them to be out here doing what they do, how they do it. No excuse is a good excuse for a narcissist. I don't care what doctors say what. This is why I don't follow all these different doctors. I don't follow self-aware narcissists, and I don't follow doctors who say, oh, they can't change it. Oh, they can't fix it. Oh, this happened to them in their childhood. Oh, that happened to them. Whatever. Whatever. It's a choice to get up every single day and do the things that you do. God gives all of us free will to do exactly what we want to do with it. And that's exactly what narcissists are doing. They're abusing their power. And if it was such a disorder, right? Why can't it be treated like every other disorder? It's a choice. It's not a disorder. And one has to know that they even have a problem in order to want the problem to be fixed in the first place. You can't tell narcissists that they have a problem. They don't want to hear it. The only person that has a problem in the narcissist's eyes is you, nobody else. And that's crazy to me, but that's what it is. And it's sad when we find out, it's always too late. But that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. And I am going to come back maybe later this afternoon. And we're going to talk a little bit more. I'm going to get into Streamyard, and we're going to see if I can get an intro and an outro on here and do some more stuff. And now that I know that I have sound and it is working out fine, I am going to try to upgrade it so that I can add some more things to that, and we can get on here and talk more, open up a panel so we can talk more. Hi. But yeah, that's the thing with this is how it is. So I'm going to get off here, and I am going to come back later, and we're going to talk about it now that I know StreamYard is working. Oh, you're welcome, Half Moon. It's good to be on here finally going live. I have actually wanted to do this for a while, but with working and stuff is kind of actually hard. And a lot of people, like I said in videos before, a lot of people get on here because they actually get monetary gain from YouTube. You know, YouTube pays them. They get money for making these streams and these videos and stuff. I work a 9 to 5. You know, I'm a small content creator, so I don't make money on here. So yeah, I have to work a 9 to 5. I'm not there yet. And a lot of times, like I said before, I come on here because I know a lot of people have been through what I've been through. So I don't come on here for monetary gain. Of course, eventually we would like to have that from creating these videos. But I create these videos because I want to help somebody, because nobody helped me. Nobody explained this to me. Nobody told me about it. Nobody helped me. I figured it out and found out on my own. And I would hate for somebody else to go through what I have been through dealing with narcissists. And this is why I come on here. This is why I continue to make videos. So many people told me, well, Yolanda, why you continue making videos if you don't get paid for it? Because that's not what I do it for. I do it because I want to help people who have been through what I've been through and don't know how to get out, or is going through what I went through and don't know what to do. This is why I still come. See, talking about narcissists, you have to be genuine. You have to want to teach other people. You have to care about other people to want to help other people first off. And YouTube is a place, it's toxic, y'all. It's really toxic. And a lot of people come on here for monetary gain, is that to help other people. And that's the sad part about it. And that's not what I do it for. So, yeah. So I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to go and update my Streamyard really well, and I'm going to come back on here. If not tonight, tomorrow. And what I'm going to do is make it my business to try to at least go live once every day. And I'm gonna open up a panel really soon where we can talk. I can bring people up, drop the link, and bring people up, and we can discuss narcissism. Some people have stories, and I want to hear them. So yeah. Oh, I will sing along. I definitely will. I'm going to keep coming on, keep talking to people, and keep helping people, because people are still stuck in these situations and they don't know what to do. And some people don't know how to get out. And even if I have one person that hears what I'm saying, I'm helping somebody. You know, all money isn't good money, and you can't make everything about that. So even if I'm helping one person escape safely, I'm still doing my job. That's one thing we have to learn how to do, is find our purpose and walk in it one way or another. And that's what I plan to do. But that's it, you guys. That is it. That's it. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank y'all for hanging out with me for as long as you did, especially you have when you've been here the whole time. I appreciate that. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.